guys, what is up? Welcome back. My name is Tess. Today's video is going to be this look that we'll be creating together. If you guys like this look and you want to see how I create it, please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and share with your friends. I would really appreciate that. Let's go ahead and jump right in. I just created this really sparkly like pastel look, and I really love how this came out, so let's create it together on the side of my eyes. I will be jumping around different palettes today, but basically you get an idea. So if you do have these type of tones, you can whip them out and create it with me, and yeah, let's have some fun. Alright, so the first palette I'm going into is this Colourpop Just a Glitch Pressed Powder Palette in the shade T9. This shade here, and I'm taking this on the outer V. I haven't, normally I start on my inner corner, but this look, I start from the outer V. What do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer to start on the inner corner, or do you like to start on the crease? Or does it depend for you as well? You can leave that down in the comments if you feel like chatting. This is just like BH Marble Luxe number 8 brush. It's like a paddle fluffy type blending brush. I'm just packing on this color. Okay, next I'm going into the Pastel by Beautybay. Like I mentioned in my Natasha Denona Pastel palette, like I mentioned before, this palette is powdery. It is, the formula is a lot thinner, so I do prefer use my finger to press. Otherwise, things does move around, and it's better, even better if you put on like a sticky base. I'm not going to do it. It's like around 12 o'clock midnight, so I'm just trying to, you know, not trying to overdo it. I'm just not gonna do the sticky primer. So I press the powder on, and now I'm going into a Ariel 820 brush. And I'm dipping into the shade Serenity. Continue to kind of press it on. And I'm going to the shade called Days. This shade here. And press, just lightly tap. And kind of press that on the top. So there is a little bit of that gradient. Or you can just like use your finger like that. And press it here. Yeah, look at the intensity. It's way more intense if you just like a lot quicker too. You just use your finger like press and don't move it around too much. And then I'm going back to Serenity. I'm going back to Serenity and just press. Next shade, I'm really excited. This is the Norns palette by Oden's Eye. This palette, the color story is super duper gorgeous. And also these metallic glittery shades. See this shade right here? I gasped at how glittery, shiny, and beautiful this shade is. I'm going to press it on the eyelid. I'm not using any glitter primer or anything, but just take a look at that. Whew! There is no glitter primer on both eyes. I'm surprised at how like gorgeous this is. I mean, wow. The next palette we're digging into is the So Very Lovely palette by Colourpop, and I'm taking this shade called Macaroon. This really pretty purple lilac. I'm using the same BH brush. Just going to soften the edges and kind of but just more so like brush it over. I'm going into Armani Power Fabric shade number 3. Haven't used this in a minute, and I'm going to kind of conceal the dark circle first. I'm going to lightly blend out the edges. Okay, next let's go into the same palette, Colourpop So Very Lovely. This shade is called Eyelet. This pretty springy orange shade. I'm taking Ariel's A19, this flat side of the brush. I'm just gonna like press it on. I'm gonna mix a little bit of the shade called Rose Ave. It's like a mauve-y, rosy tone color. I'm just gonna add a little bit to create ever so slightly a little bit of the depth. Not a whole lot, but just a little bit. And do the same here. Just a little bit. Now I'm going back to the Norns. I found a shade that's super duper gorgeous. This shade, it's giving like a, kind of gives me double-sided moment in the Hella palette. It's kind of a little more like, it's giving green, yellow, and pink. It's like a multi-chrome for sure. Like when you see it like this, it's like giving pink, right? But some angle, this angle, it's giving green. When I look it down like this, it's giving me green. Photograph it with my phone so you guys can see. It's truly beautiful. Ariel A19, and when you flip it over, there is like a little concealer brush. And I'm gonna take the shade Pink Kidman. And I'm going to brush that on my brow bone, just like I did here. This shade is gorgeous. This palette is like a hidden gem. Really, really gorgeous shades in here. And I think I'm going to dig into the same pink Chamlin. Chamlin or Camlin? Chamlin, probably Chamlin. I'm gonna pack it on here, on the inner corner. Okay, I think for the skin today, I really want the skin to be really minimum and glowy, of course. So I do the 4th Ray Hello Sunshine to prime as per usual. Going to use my finger today. I want to do like a kind of like an editorial skin, very, very minimum coverage type. Okay, for the glow, I am going to the Hollywood Flawless Filter. The reason why I still reach for this a lot more than my other glowy products, the affordable one that I did buy is the 4-in-1 Perfector. I did a comparison video. I feel like over times, like the liquid inside just started to separate, and every time I squeeze things out, it's just a hot mess. So I ended up just not really using it. So yeah, and I'm just going to do the usual high points on the nose, Cupid's bow, and chin, and the forehead too. I'm going to like a sponge. I'm going to lightly press. Just press things out. I'm still keeping like the glow on the center and lightly kind of press the side out, just because I do want to keep the glow for this one. Kind of keep the center still very glowy and kind of blend the sides. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, blend the sides out. Okay, I'm gonna do the Colourpop So body face and body makeup. I'm gonna take really just a little bit, very tiny amount, like that, very tiny amount. And I'm going to use the same sponge. I'm going to just lightly, kind of lightly press it. I'm not taking a whole lot of product because I do want my skin to peek through, like my freckles. A little bit of a redness is fine. Like I want this to be covered, but not like 100% cover everything, you know? So I'm taking a little by little and kind of build. Placing where I actually need the product. I'm not like just applying everywhere. I'm just placing it where I actually do need some coverage, like the sides of my nose. We might have to cover a little more just because the redness. But I think I'm pretty much done on this side. I'm happy with the outcome. And like I said, I'm not really like using a whole lot of foundation. So just for the extra coverage, I still want a little bit of a concealer. This is the Armani Power Fabric No. 3 concealer. I still want to just cover ever so slightly. Just a little more on the sides of the nose too. Like even there's a redness, I'll just let it peek through. It's okay. Yeah, I'll let it slide. And I'm going into a brush, and that kind of keeps a little too much coverage. I'm just going into a sponge instead. For the contour, I could have gone with like a liquid contour, but I haven't used it in a minute. This is the Nabla Skin Bronzing powder in the shade Soft Revenge. Do really enjoy this color. And I'm taking the BH Lavender number 4 brush, Lavender number 4. It's a little kind of slanted brush to do your contour or do your business. Okay, I'm gonna contour this place. Okay, I'm just put a little bit just around the nose. Give a little bit of a shading. For the blush today, I do want to go into like a liquid blush. I want to go to the Rare Beauty shade Bliss from... I do want to go to the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Bliss. This is like a small... It's like a peachy pink. It's really pretty. I'm just going to... I'm going to use a sponge. And I'm gonna pick it up, place it at the high points first. Okay, taking some more, and I am going to this side too. I feel like this formula is surprisingly a little more matte than I thought it would be. Wait, is this the matte one? Some others are a little more glowier, but this one is definitely a little bit more matte. And press a little bit on the nose bridge. And for the lower lash line, I use Huda Beauty's Legit Lash, and I put on some Colourpop cream gel liner in the shade Peach Fuzz just to match the lower lash line. Don't you feel like the blush are really matte? I'm not like super 100% happy with the look just yet. So I am going to do Patrice. We know her. I want to do the cream blush side because it will give me a glow for sure. I'm just going to pat a little bit on this back of my hand and go in. Oh yeah, and I do feel like the blush kind of just faded away, huh? Weird. Not 100% sure if the formula gone bad or what was going on with that. Wow, Patrice is like way more pigmented and glowy for sure. I could have just like skipped the Rare Beauty blush and just go for this blush instead. Flip the sponge over and I'm gonna press everything out. Kind of just like blend the edges so it doesn't look very harsh. Alright, now I get that done, let me quickly kind of clean things up with the concealer, just a little bit. Just making sure I don't have like my blush and contour everywhere. Back to the sponge, the lightly blend the edges, just to kind of swipe things over to kind of clean out the contour and the blush. You know, sometimes if you feel like your blush placement is a little too low, it can drag down your face, so it can easily go into a little bit of your foundation or your concealer or your powder. The majority of my face is still cream base. I have not set my face yet, so that's why I decided to go in with a concealer. And you can always just go back to the sponge if you feel like you're losing some of the blush. You can always go back and press it again. Okay, even though I'm going to bed right after, let me just still hydrate the face really quickly. I feel like my face is slightly a little dry. I'm going to the Fourth Rate Beauty Do It Hydrating Mist. Just hydrate the face very quickly. As my face is drying, I'm going to the Mirrored. This is called their highlighting balm. This is in the shade Cava. I'm going to use my finger and press it on the 5 points. The lips today, I want to go into Charlotte's Kidman's Kiss. This is her Matte Revolution. Yeah, this is her Matte Revolution in the shade Kidman's Kiss. It's a very like light, kind of like baby pinkish color. on its own, I would never wear it on its own. I would need a lip liner to go with this lip. Alright, so I'm going to this lip liner from KKW. It's called 90s Style. I'm just gonna outline a little bit on the side and then blend the two together. Lighten the lip up. I'm going back to Kidman's Kiss again and just taking it on my finger and just for the finishing touch, I'm going to the Chantecaille powder, taking my Wayne Goss 01 brush. I'm going to lightly, very lightly, just press. Just to like lightly set. Okay guys, I'm back with the full face and I'm really feeling this look. I love how the eyeshadow came out. You guys let me know down in the comments if you guys like this look. Really hope that you guys enjoyed today's video and enjoy creating with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not subscribed, I really love for you to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I love you guys. I'll talk to you later. Bye.